missed those.
We are
Start
showing
inside,
you
go
the
out.
biggest moments of the night as they happen live. Thanks for joining us. We got a marathon session here, 6-ish hours or so, fellas. And the big topic we're going to be talking about is the late game. Pelicans, Anthony Davis, he comes home tonight. Anthony Davis really struggled, Sekou, the other night in the Lakers win. What type of we talked about the fans' performance in New Orleans. What type of performance do you expect out of AD tonight?
You know, it's interesting. We've never really watched him have to play with the crowd against him like they're going to be tonight.
Well, we did a little bit last year. They were booing him last season when he
but
took the court.
not when he comes back in another team's uniform. It's
right.
Totally different dynamic.
Okay.
You called it home.
Yeah.
Was it really ever home for him? It makes you wonder.
Yeah, he says he's got a couple houses there.
Right.
He's excited to play.
But I would tell you this. This is probably not the night to antagonize Anthony Davis because he's got a little help with him when he shows up in LeBron James.
Well, Jared, I think for me, being in locker rooms like this is one of those games I'm saying, if I'm LeBron, this is your night.
Yeah.
You get to take 35 shots. But we got to win this game as well. So I want to see his mind, Sekou. Is it going to come out that I'm going at New Orleans, or am I going to come out and just play Anthony Davis games, which he can still get you 20 and 10.
Right.
But I want to see him set the record and come out, not because it's that personal. It's just you're supposed to come out when you hear those boos and send a message and say this is what you're missing.
Come out with a mean streak. I mean, why not?
This has the opportunity to be a huge game for Anthony Davis. But to flip it around, it also has a huge opportunity for the guys who were traded for Anthony Davis. Now,
I'm glad you said it, Jared.
we're not sure yet if Josh Hart or Lonzo Ball will play. They're both dealing with some stuff. But we
don't tell me that, Jared. I'm upset now.
We know
Can you give me game time decision?
We know Brandon Ingram will play, and he's been lighting the world on fire.
And I think he is the one that's going to be extremely mad at the Lakers. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah,
he's trying to cook. And the interesting part, who is going to get that assignment to guard him? That's what I want to know.
Is that LeBron?
Exactly. Because if
that
LeBron going to
AD?
take that challenge,
Danny Green.
Somebody's going to get it from Brandon Ingram, or at least they're going to get the attempts.
Yes.
I guarantee you he's going to be putting that ball up.
Lakers have won 8 in a row. Pelicans come in off of back-to-back losses. We'll be checking in on that game all throughout the night. Let's talk about another massive story for a later game tonight, and that is the Blazers. Now, Monday, Carmelo Anthony scored 25 points. He moved into 18th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. Melo was the scapegoat in OKC. He was the scapegoat in Houston. Smitty, does Melo have the chance now to be the guy who turns around what has been the most disappointing season in basketball for the Blazers?
You know, and I think turnaround is if they can find a way to just be in that 8th spot right now. If they can find a way, and they have the talent, Sekou.
Yeah.
But I just think with everything they've gone through, if he can get to the playoffs, unfortunately for him, Sekou, they were so many games behind. It's still a long season. If they don't make the playoffs, the naysayers are going to still say, well, they shouldn't have picked up Melo. I just hopefully he can get a chance to get into the playoffs because he's proved that he's still Melo at that age. He's not going to be a guy that's going to average 30.
No.
But he's a guy I think can get to anywhere from 16 to 18 on that team and also help those guys shoot a higher percentage.
These issues that the Trailblazers have started long before Melo.
Yes.
Let's make sure we make that clear and understand that Melo wasn't brought in to cure all of this. This is something to me you had a certain core group of players, Smitty, for years in Portland. Dame Lillard, CJ could count on certain guys to do certain things for so many years. You get comfortable in that space. This is an adjustment for them as much as it is anybody. Melo just needs to come out and do what he did the other night, and that's get buckets, play Melo basketball, and be a contributor. They're going to love him at the home arena there, no matter what.
Jared Sekou, they still need to make it.
I'm out 50% from the floor. Yeah, I was like, you got to win a championship with LeBron James. So when you're talking about developing Ingram, you know, I mean, now his wardrobe definitely has developed. But, you know, now that he's with the Pelicans, I think he gets more opportunities, he gets more shot attempts. I think Alvin Gentry is the perfect coach for him in that system that Alvin runs.
Just the love that I try to give off.
Earl, talk to us about the UCLA guy in New Orleans now. Lonzo Ball. I mean, you know, second pick in the draft. Here's a guy that came in with such fanfare. His numbers are still good, but in 11 games in New Orleans so far, what do you think of how he's performed?
They put smiles on our faces more than anything they do. And that's what we do it for. We got an opportunity to be on a platform that we get to play the game at the high level that we want, but there's other things you can do in life and continue to go off the court
to where they can come to you and feel vulnerable and have conversations. That today I'm just not that confident.
Just our way of
thinking
giving
about
back.
this. But
showing our
Lonzo,
appreciation to people and showing that we're not just basketball
more
players.
aggressive. We need to take more chances.
And staying in the
fear of
nation's
not being
capital,
afraid
Denver
what's on the
Nuggets
other
forward
side of
Jeremy
being
Grant was
comfortable
back in his
is where I see
hometown of
him really
Washington,
propelling that
D.C.
team to
and
another
teamed up
level.
with his alma mater,
And I
the
think he
Catholic,
needs Zion.
to hand
That's
out
the type of
turkeys
player
as
he
well.
is. He needs
So
some guy
special
that can
thanks
get to the
to
rim.
good folks at
He
NBC
needs some
Sports
guy that can kick
Washington
out for the
this
three. They
footage
have the shooters
as well.
Now he needs some guys
We're
that can
almost
put pressure
done,
on the
but
back
crunch
line that
time is
defense for
on
lob.
deck.
I think you hit on the key word when you
Sekou
said
Smith and
that
3D are here
athlete
to make
and that
sure you are
professional
covered
player has
until
to
that
feel
final
vulnerable.
buzzer. 14
vulnerable
games,
enough
again,
to trust
a Thanksgiving
the people that
feast.
are around him, coaching staff,
So that's
so
up
forth and
next.
so on. And
Okay,
clearly
so
he didn't
guys,
have
ready
that
for your
in
picks?
LA,
Let's start
and
with
we're
the Nets
hoping
and
that he
Celtics. Who
gets
you got
that
winning that one?
in New Orleans.
I got the
because,
Celtics at home.
You know, I'm
Jeez,
like you.
they haven't lost shit at
I've
home
watched
court.
him since high
Kemba
school
Walker
and in
back on
college.
the court. That's hard
and I
to,
believe in this
disagree
kid.
with.
I think he has the
Kings,
potential
Sixers.
to be a
Who you
really,
got, Earl?
really good
Big time
basketball
double-double
player in this
from
league
Embiid. Sixers
for a
gonna come
long
out with a big
time.
time victory.
Not only a really good basketball
I got
player,
the Sixers
but I
at
think
home.
he's
All
capable
right, one
of
more.
playing
Heat
championship basketball, which is different than
I
just
got the
being a
Heat.
player
I'm going
in
with
the
the Heat.
NBA. I
You know,
like
you know what I
Dunn
would
and I
tell
like
them?
Hero.
I would say
Thanksgiving coming up,
because he can rebound the ball from LA. If you rebound the ball,
Russ, I'm going
he's such a
obviously
great
Rockets.
passer. He
Yeah,
sees
no
it so
Jimmy
easy.
Butler in the
Sometimes
lineup
it's put
again
pressure
for the
on the
Miami
rim,
Heat.
get
So
a
it
piece of the
seems
paint
like
every
that's
time,
gonna be a
full
tough one for the
speed,
Houston
and
Rockets to
force
break
your
that
will on
three-game
the
losing
defense.
streak.
You know,
Well,
Isaiah,
thanks
the
for
last
watching
thing you
the warm-up.
said could
Chris
have actually
Miles,
gone
Zeke,
to Pascal Siakam
Earl
as
Watson,
well.
thanks for hanging out with
talking
us. About a guy playing at a championship level. We saw it last year, and he's elevated it even higher. He tips off at 7:30
Let's tell you
against
what's
the
happening
New
as
York
it's happening
Knicks.
tonight
You're watching
around the
warm-up.
NBA.
About-
A.D. returns to New Orleans. The most anticipated homecoming of the season. Goose egg. Embiid missed every shot he took on Monday. Every two, every three, even all of the shots from the free throw line. Tonight, we are locked in on the Embiid shot tracker as the Sixers host Sacramento. Who's in? All-Star status update tonight. It's Wednesday, so you know Kawhi is out. Kemba is good to go against the Nets, but no opportunity for Boston fans to boot Kyrie. Nets 5-1 without him. Middleton back for the Bucks after missing the last 7 games with a thigh bruise, but he will come off the bench. Jimmy Butler, we just learned, won't play. He's out with an illness. It's all part of a massive 14-game Wednesday night around the association. Now listen, I can offer you up some cheesy Thanksgiving Day line. I can just make it really simple for you.
I think everyone assumed that before, but now it's reality.
I think the writing's been on the wall for a long time. Because the biggest moment for the night happened here. Welcome to Crunch Time, presented by Taco Bell.
Season was, would the Pelicans be pressured to trade Anthony Davis for the trade deadline?
There's no one in the league that we would trade him for. There's no one out of the league. Yeah, not even Beyonce, okay?
Look, Alvin Gentry said it publicly, emphatically. We are not trading Anthony Davis.
Whatever decision he makes, I can't be upset with him, and I know this is a business, but he's doing what's best for him.
It's what we do from the first tip of the night until the final buzzer of the night. We've got you covered.
We have some
with
breaking
injury
news. The Los Angeles Lakers
and live
the New Orleans
look-ins
Pelicans
take
have
you to the
agreed to
biggest
trade
moments of the night
Anthony
as
Davis.
they
The King
happen
and the
live.
Brown are now
Tonight we've got NBA
teammates.
champ Steve
Lakers,
Smith
they
with
can
us from
always go out
NBA.com.
and try to get the
Sekou
best
Smith, we
talent
couldn't
in
be
the game.
happier to
I
have
think
you
they
guys
bought
here
out
with
that
us
AD.
tonight.
If you're the Lakers, you went from a team that missed the playoffs to the favorites to win the championship.
In the
I just
game,
wanted to take
giving
control of my
you
career.
up-to-date starting
You know, when I
lineup
found out I was
information.
getting traded to the
Let's start
Lakers,
our
I realized it was an unbelievable opportunity for me. I love the game of basketball.
Kemba Walker returns for the
I'm ready to
Celtics, who
play.
are unbeaten at home. The Nets are hot, but no Kyrie. Spencer Dinwiddie is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Sekou,
Obviously, it
how
was
do you
tough for me
explain the
to
Nets'
leave the city I've
success
been
without
playing for 7
Kyrie?
years.
Well, I
but
think it
as long as
speaks
I
to a
can,
narrative that's
you
been
know,
going
sleep at
on,
night,
Jared.
you
Every
know,
time
and
he
live with
leaves
the
the place
decision
or
that I
every time
made,
he's not in
then,
that
you know,
lineup,
I'm happy and I don't
they
really
get
care
better.
what
They play better.
no
Some
one
people are
else
assuming it's
thinks.
Kyrie
You know, take
related,
this season
but I think this is
head
just a
on
good,
with the goal to
hard
win the
scrabble
championship.
team coming together at the right time, and Kyrie
Players
just
in the
happens to
league.
be
I
out.
think he's one of the best centers.
It's a lot
I think he
tougher
could be an
starting tonight for the
MVP
Nets. Let's go to
contender one
Charlotte.
day. But it's so
Second
hard to
meeting of the
handicap.
season
Is this a
between
game
the
he's going
Hornets
to
and
play a lot of
Pistons back
minutes?
on November
Is he going to have
15th.
the ball in his
Malik
hands?
Monk
He's
hit
just a
buzzer
massive
beater to get
gamble
Charlotte
every
to
single time he
W.
steps on the
Detroit
floor.
comes in
Well,
having
one of
lost
the most
7
elite
of
scorers
10.
we've ever
Drummond has
seen in
cooled
NBA
down since
history
Blake
is
Griffin
back
returned.
on the court.
Speaking of the
Carmelo
Pistons,
Anthony after
finally
a
at
year
some point here
off.
put all the pieces
Now,
together.
Well, I
getting
hope
more
so.
shots
In
for the
last 2
Portland
games, Blake Griffin has
Trailblazers,
played
but
better.
does he
He's averaging
have
20 points.
fantasy
But more
value?
importantly,
Yeah,
Jared,
Carmelo
he's
was
shooting
like,
over
this ain't no
50%.
farewell
And also
tour.
the
Forget
team
about
has shot
that.
over
Chrissy's still getting his
56%
shots up
in those 2
29
games. So what I
still
like
averages
is they're
16
starting
shots
to
a
take
night.
good shots.
And I actually
For me,
find him more
is if they
likable.
can find
You know, at
somebody to
35
stay
years old, I
consistent. I like Luke Kennard, but they need another wing guy that can stay consistent from the outside.
I guarded him when he was on Baltimore Select. I guarded him in college.
Looking forward to see if they can get
when
Reggie
he was
Jackson
at
back.
Syracuse.
They can have that kind of 1-2
it's going to be his
point
first home
punch
game against
at
the
that point guard
Thunder.
position.
I like his
something
matchup
has
against
to give tonight
Gallinari,
in
but
Cleveland.
he's still a
Cavs
score
lost
first
7
type
of
of
8,
guy. I was
and the
at the
Magic
game
have
in
yet to
Chicago
win
when
a
he
road
went
game
off,
this season.
and I love the way that
Kevin
he was
Love
moving
missed
the
last game with a
basketball.
back
That's the
injury.
first time
He will
we've seen the
start tonight.
Trailblazers
Sekou,
actually at full
will you give us
strength.
something to get excited about?
Whiteside, Lillard, McCollum, and Carmelo. So
one of the things
they're going to have to make up a lot of games in the West.
Kevin Love,
but I got to ask you, Chris, he was FaceTiming his son during the game. If you and I exchange numbers one day, if I FaceTime you, is that okay?
We haven't figured out
no,
yet
actually, we had this whole breakdown.
And the rest of those guys
that's
fit
family.
on
That's
that
his
front
son.
line. Tonight
As a guy friend, I have one friend that does the FaceTime thing, and I just face the thing up to the ceiling like, man, just text me, call. So no, Doyle,
this one
you do
has the
not
potential to be the
FaceTime
sneaky
me. That is
best game
against the
of the
rules.
night.
But
Jazz
let's get to
looking
your
to bounce back as they play in Indy. Pacers have won 3 straight, 7 of 10. Gobert is back after missing the last couple of the ankle injury. He starts tonight for Utah. Bojan Bogdanovic has been on fire, and tonight he plays his former team. Mike Conley has just hit 2 of his last 2 of 10 in Monday's loss. Have you figured out what's going on with Mike Conley? His stats are much better at home
than on the road. DiVincenzo's going to be in a high-possession, high-paced game, and Marcus Smart is like a human floor burn. He's always diving all over the place. He's always good for steals, blocks, just an agitator. Why I FaceTime, and I'm going to FaceTime you, Chris, is that way you're not doing something else. You're not cooking, you're not answering text messages. You and I are going to have a face-to-face conversation one day, all right?
No, see, it's multitasking, man. Like when you fill out your lineups, when I'm doing my FanDuel thing, you know, I can sit there and be on the phone. For FaceTime, you're like, are you paying attention? No, man, that's why this is enough FaceTime for us, Doyle. How about that?
Philly, Buddy Hield comes off and drops
Tim Doyle,
high 41 in Monday's loss. Sixers unbeaten at home, but suffered a weird loss 2 nights ago in Toronto. And B did something he has never done
just
before.
chilling
he didn't
in his
score a
old
single
home
point.
at the Smoothie King
how many is
Center.
Embiid
We'll
getting
continue
tonight
to
in
get
Sacramento?
you ready
What's his career
for tonight's 14
might get
games.
one more than that. Listen, if you're Joel Embiid, what's the best medicine for the kind of night you had the other night? A huge offensive performance against a team that really has no one that's going to be able to stop you. He's going to be able to have his way with this team, Smitty, if he plays where he should be playing, to me, which is inside and out. And he's not a guy who's prone to do that, but if he starts off inside dominating, the rest of the night's his.
So you're saying he'll score 47, because his career high is 46.
Got to go for 47.
We'll be on Embiid Watch all night here on Crunch Time. Raptors and Knicks. Check out this stat. Toronto has won its last 32 straight at home against Atlantic Division opponents. That's exactly what they have tonight against the Knicks. And the Raptors are 7-0 overall on their home court this season. Smitty, do we need to start spending more time giving Nick Nurse some love?
Yes, and the reason why he's doing a fantastic job of player development when he was assistant coach and now as a head coach. Chris Bouchard, he's starting now. He's playing well. It just seems like whoever they call up out of the bullpen, they come in, they play extremely well. Their player development needs to get some more credit around the league.
By the way, R.J. Barrett back for the Knicks after missing 1 game with an illness. Miami and Houston getting together for the second time this season. Heat have won 7 of 10, and Kendrick Nunn has been feeling himself, saying he definitely feels like he is the Rookie of the Year, and he might not be wrong. The Rockets mired in their worst slump of the season, having lost 3 in a row. Tonight, an illness will keep Clint Capella out of the lineup. The Rockets' big man has been averaging 16 and 20 over his last 7 games. Sekou, you worried about the Rockets?
I'm not worried about them right now, Jared. I am a little bit curious, though, as to what has held them up so far. James Harden is scoring like he's never done before. He's obviously playing at a high level. Russell Westbrook's integration into this team has been much smoother than a lot of us thought it would be, but they're still not playing at that high level defensively that we thought they might get back to. I'm curious to see how that goes tonight, especially against a Miami team that's much better than anybody thought they'd be at this stage.
Without Jimmy Butler tonight, we'll see if Houston can take advantage. Second night of a back-to-back for the Clippers, so of course, Kawhi won't play. They're in Memphis. Clippers have won 6 straight last night on NBA TV. Paul George had 26 points and 6 steals. Smitty, does PG-13 look like his old self?
I think PG-13 has reinvented himself 4 or 5 times for me throughout his career. I'm looking at him and watching him being able to shoot the basketball with so much ease right now. And then the load has always been on him. With the Indiana Pacers, it was almost like however PG-13 goes, that's how the Pacers go. Right now, he's getting an easy 25 in 25 minutes. But what I love right now, when they both play together, then other guys get a chance to get threes and knock down threes. Patrick Beverley, 3-point percentage with both those guys on the court is totally different without.
All right, Hawks looking to snap a 7-game losing streak. Tonight, Atlanta is in Milwaukee. Bucks are hitting their stride, having won 8 in a row. Monday, Giannis went off for 50, including 32 in the second half. Sekou, what does getting Chris Middleton back do for the Bucks?
Same thing it did when he wasn't playing. They're going to beat the brakes off somebody because Giannis is playing at such a high level.
An MVP level, would you say?
Absolutely. And it shows you just how good and powerful Giannis's game is, that they could play as well as they did without their other all-star in the lineup like this. This is an Atlanta team, Smitty, that's been dealing with turnovers and defensive issues all season long, and I hate to think about how they're going to try and combat this. They better have some good food prepped for Thanksgiving. Tonight is not going to be good.
Spurs have lost 9 of 10. Tonight, they're home for the Timberwolves. Minnesota has not won in San Antonio since April of 2013. That's a long time ago. New wrinkle to the Wolves lineup. Ryan Saunders has Jeff Teague coming off the bench and Jarrett Culver starting. Smitty, who has a better shot of making the West playoffs as of now? You got Minnesota or San Antonio?
A push. No, I think right now, for sure, and I hate to tell you this, Jared and Spurs fans, Minnesota Timberwolves, I think right now, the way the Spurs are playing, they have a better chance of making. I had the Spurs extremely high. I am still wondering, Sekou, Jared, I'm going to keep saying Lonnie Walker. What is going on with Lonnie Walker? Please, Jared, find out for me. What is going on?
Well, we'll be checking in on this game a whole bunch tonight. Wizards in Phoenix. Bradley Beal coming off of a season-low 14 points in a loss to Denver. Devin Booker also coming off a season-low 12 points. Guess who was against? Denver. There's something about that Nuggets defense. Sekou, has a better chance to have a bounce-back game tonight, Booker or Beal?
I think this might be one of those nights where Devin Booker lights up. I just feel like he's got that kind of attitude right now about him, where he is in his career, where he has to light up and get it going for the Suns team. But I do love the way Bradley Beal was playing prior to this last game. He was cooking. He was a guy that, with those numbers on a quality team, he'd be one of those players we're talking about, not only as an all-star, but maybe something a little bit more.
Quick note on Phoenix here. Rubio back after the back injury, and watch out for Kelly Oubre, his second crack at his former team that traded him out of D.C. All right, not much that needs to be said to set this one up. It's the game of the night. Anthony Davis returns to New Orleans. Lakers, hot as
they're going to be throwing strawberry banana smoothies at him.
All right, so tell me, what's the reception going to be like?
Boo! Boo!
You sound like Peter Brady.
Boo! No, but hey, I will tell you this, Jared. The Lakers are shooting a 3-ball, and one guy, Sekou, and Jared, I'm happy for, is KCP.
Yeah.
Boy, was he struggling. He was missing layups. But I think he's found himself, and I love how Dwight Howard has been mentoring KCP by staying focused.
And Dwight Howard doing it without scoring any points. Didn't take a shot in Lakers' last game. By the way, the Pelicans fans will have an opportunity to do something tonight that Boston fans are very envious that they wish they could do. So with Kyrie not playing, take a look at this. Outside of TD Garden in downtown Boston, there is a picture that was placed on a